Looks pretty good to me. I'm happy with that. So now, we'll go under the vehicle. I'm actually going to leave that out. We'll go under the vehicle and commence to changing the oil. Alright guys, we're just about ready to go under the vehicle. Let's go and look here. These are all skid plates. You're going to go all the way to the back, and there's going to be an opening in the skid plate. That right there is your oil drain plug. It's a 14 millimeter. So, the properly placed light here, what you're going to do is go from the side. Let me show you where my arm is. There's the control arm. Passenger side lower control arm going in underneath the skid plate. Wow, this is so hard to do through a camera. Okay, and then it's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So, there. Now we're loose. Okay. Now, with the oil pan, drain pan of your choice, we will pull it up so that it is there. And then, well, let's see if I can, hopefully I can show all this to you. Where's this plug at? So, oh, where are we at here? Right there. Alright, hopefully I don't get oil all over this phone. Move this out of the way. I don't think that's going to hit my drain pan. Alright, drain pan is properly positioned, and I knocked my light over so you can't see. Perfect. Alright, now you can see. And I can sneak my fingers back up in here. Get my phone out of the way. And oil in the drain pan, just where it's supposed to go. So, we'll move this drain pan a little bit more. We'll come out. There's my dog. Lots of help as usual. And we'll clean this oil plug. If I can get the stinking phone set up here. Some of these, where the hell are we at? Some of these have magnets on them. This one doesn't. But you want to get it cleaned up. Set it off to the side for a minute. Clean up your hands. And if you can see, this has a rubber washer. And you're supposed to replace that every oil change. I'm not going to. This is like the third or fourth oil change since I've had this thing. You know the old saying, do as I say, not as I do. So if you choose not to change this washer and you get an oil leak, it's not my fault, I told you. So we'll go back under. Now that the oil's finished draining. And put the oil plug back in. Okay. Where's my light? My light is still in there. Perfect. Okay. So where are we at? Where are we at? It's just barely a dribble. Oops. Get my light in the way here. I'll let her drain out just a little bit more. I'm good with that. So, sneak. Uh-oh. Mayday, mayday. Got my light all dirty. Oh, that sucks. Got oil all over the phone too. That's a bad deal. Alright, so get the oil plug put back in. You see that? Yeah, barely. Oil plugs back in. Move the light a little bit. Grab a wrench. When you tighten these, I mean, you don't want to like really perf on them, or you'll end up stripping it out, and then that's bad news for everybody. But you want to make sure. That's pretty good. I don't know how many foot-pounds that is, but I'm happy with it. Come up and out. Clean off our hands and the phone. Alright, here we are back under the truck. Getting the oil filter. I've already loosened it. There's the oil filter. So let's get you an idea where it's at. This is the CV shaft on the passenger side of the vehicle. That's your oil filter. Right here is a skid plate. So, I mean, it is what it is. Unless you want to drop this skid plate out, you're going to get oil all over the skid plate, and that's usually what happens. And I just put the catch pan underneath the back here because most of the oil runs to the back and runs out these, where the hell is this at? Those little channels right there. So you put it there, and then there's a hole here that it runs out. Where's that hole at? Right there. See, it's got a rock sticking out of it. It'll run out of there. So you just put the pan somewhere in there, pull it off, and let what happens happens, unless you want to take the whole skid plate down. I'm not going to do that. And when it's done, you just wipe it all up. So we'll try it out here. Got the oil pan positioned. Let's shed some light on the subject. Okay, get a little bit of light. Get your hand up in there. And I know, yeah, this is horrible video in here, but it is what it is. You're getting the gist of it and the basic idea. And there, oil filter is in the oil pan. And what do we got here? See it right there? Yeah. That was quick enough that time. We didn't lose that much oil. So, we got our new filter, wherever the hell I put it. It's under here somewhere, I know it is. Oh, right there it is. New filter. And I lubed up the O-ring with a little bit of clean oil. Come back under here. We'll thread her on. See that through that hole there? No, I'll just show you what I'm all done threading it on. There you go. New oil filter's on. There she be. In all of its glory. So I'll get that tightened up, get all this oil wiped out of here, and we'll go fill her up. See you then. Alright. Everything's tightened up down below. Oil filter's on. We'll put some 5W20 in. This takes 6.1 quarts with the oil. With the filter, yeah, with the oil. Nice clean funnel. You just get the idea. You don't want to see me filling this thing with oil. Come back when we're ready. We got 6 quarts in it. Let's see how we look. Wipe it off. Re-dipper. What do we got there? And it should be a little bit over full. until you start up the vehicle and get it running through the oil filter. Now, I'm trying to do this through the camera. It's really hard, so there we go. Hit the hole. There we go. Got it. I've had people tell me, and this is actually when I first started out how we used to do it, you would always pre-fill the filter with oil so that the engine wasn't starving for oil while it was trying to fill the filter. And a motor manufacturer came to visit us one day, and he said, oil coming from the factory in a bottle, there's no set regimen or whatever you want to call it on how clean the oil has to be. And this is when I worked on big trucks. So mind you, there were 2 oil filters on the big trucks. Each oil filter held a ½ gallon of oil. So that was 1 gallon of oil. They told us this was Detroit diesel. They told us they would rather have that motor run with no oil for the 1.5 minutes that it took to fill those filters and get it, it took the motor to fill those filters and get it circulating through the system, than they would us pre-fill those filters and have that engine suck dirty oil out of those filters. So if a motor company like that would rather have that happen, then I do it to all of my motors, because that diesel motor costs about $15,000. This motor costs about $3,000. So if they're willing to do that and they say it's better, I'm going to go with that. I do not pre-fill my filters. I put them on and let the engine do it. So let's start it up and recheck this. Let me make sure this camera ain't going to fall into the fan. Alright, let's take a look at what we got. Oil's real clean. It's going to be really hard for you to see it, but I'll try my best here. Oops. Can you see that? Oil is right about 1/8 inch below that second mark. It's right where we need it. Alright guys. And as usual, I will apologize about the quality of the videos, but I hope this helped someone. We'll see you later. Bye.